now, audience, our dear viewers, can hear us loud.
Huzzah.
Welcome,
That's,
folks. Episode 110 of admittedly a little later stream than usual of the JAC Show.
mm-hmm.
It's only an hour later. It's not that big a difference. Also helps that I don't have to go to work early I still have to go to work in the morning, but not early in the morning. So everything is coming together. It's coming together, Jack. Stars align for this episode to happen. And by that I mean I thank God that coworker switched schedules with me.
Hell yeah.
Because if that wasn't the case, we would not be doing this. Because then I'll be like, I gotta go to bed. Gotta get grown. Oh,
But let's see.
but how? So I would ask how your day was, but I think I have an idea of what you did with your day.
Oh yes, it was a plenty of time trying to play Elden Ring.
So I actually do want to ask you about that because so
Man, that was a rookie mistake on my part. I just realized something.
what?
For the first, I mean, it's barely been what first 5 minutes of this episode. For some weird reason, my OBS decided to mute desktop and mic audio, so it's just a bunch of flashing, like Discord sound effects.
I see.
Yeah,
I see. Wait, on your end?
yeah, on my end.
If you want to witness that funny moment, you can go to twitch.tv/Jack Livestream. No, it's not a bit. Gotta advertise. Also, hey Johnny Cage. He goes, money is overrated. I demand entertainment. Says the artist.
Ooh,
Uh-huh. Sure, Johnny, sure. And
I
again,
mean, this stream is gonna be specifically pay per view, so
this is a pay-per-view stream. You need to have a paywall in order to watch this stream. It's like rest. You will get to live the wrestling experience in which you have to pay for the official stuff, but you just end up pirating anyways because not because you're against such practices, because you are a cheap scumbag. It
yeah,
demands free entertainment because that is your right. Isn't that
it
rude?
is my right.
It's my right to be entertained. It says so in the Constitution. It's right. It's right next to the Second Amendment. Oh, Johnny says, "Well, shit. How do I pirate YouTube?" That's the that's the trick. You don't.
You can't.
I think the closest you can do it is just put on ad block, and that's.
Not if we built in our ads right now. Proceeds to press a button for Raid Shadow Legends.
Hey, we got sponsors. No, we don't have sponsors. Not big enough for sponsors yet. We do get sponsors. I want to be like I kid you not. One
Mhm,
YouTube channel I'm recently following, their sponsors was a brand of hot sauce. You know what? You know what? I don't
mhm.
care about mobile games, but I do like me some local
I
American.
wanna, I wanna try the hot sauces that were the from the that one channel, the hot ones.
Uh, I'm 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 sure they have like online.
I know, but like I don't know which one to get. There's so many. It's like that.
Are
I forgot what was it called.
are you gonna get the hottest one they got? The
Uh,
last dip or something?
their hottest one always is like a different flavor. That all of them are different flavor.
This one's tangy. Mustard. Oh,
This one has pineapple.
this is surprisingly is the most popular one. Odds. What are the odds? Actually, so we do.
Mhm.
So I actually will kind of have you kind of give your thoughts, your essentially your first honest opinions on what first 4, 8, 10, 16 hours of Elden Ring.
Right now I have I think 13 hours.
So I want to give you the centers of that uh because I have a I don't want to get mixed in the hype if it really is just gonna be, it's another Souls type game. Maybe it was a different mechanics, but because it's a Souls game, I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'll play like for a few days and then I'll really get into it. But once it gets frustrating me, then I just kind of drop it. Like I did the same thing with Dark Souls 2. I know. It's Dark Souls 2. I want to say about it. I did the same with Bloodborne, and I did the same with Neo. I gave those type of games 3 chances. God damn, 3 chances. It wanting from a different developer, and I just can't stick with it. And especially with Bloodborne and Neo mostly, I put some legitimate hours into it. So it's not like it's not like I am not get good, but more like, oh man, you can't handle it. No, I can handle it. Just freaking tell me a story. Don't give me this. I'm gonna stop. Johnny Cage first he asks, he says in regards to the Hot Ones question, he says, I believe they sell the whole set in a pack. No, I don't know.
I
Want
don't
to
know.
find out. Johnny Cage says, then asks, why do you want to ship flames though? It's a Mexican thing.
It's always a Mexican thing.
Mexican. Brazilians wouldn't understand. Here, let's come back to us when you can get a jalapeno and jalapeno raw. There you go. Also, hello, Ghetto. Konbawa, Ghetto, konbawa. Johnny Cage, Jack was killing him.
I was.
Obviously for their XP and in self defense. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. You can only for XP. Oh, it wasn't really self defense.
Watch that by Chile in the game.
Because like there's a like in whenever you're playing Dark Souls, there's like several NPCs that just like sit there and don't do anything.
Right?
This is what these were doing. They were just sitting there not doing anything. And since they're enemy NPCs, which means they're just free kills, I just go ahead and take the chance to kill them. Every time I die, I'll go to those same 2 homeless people and kill them. It sounds very bad without context.
You made me remind me of a scene from the classic comedy film in which our brave protagonist, Lieutenant Frank Drebin, tells the mayor, "Hey, when I see people in a toga stab each other in the middle of the park, I shoot the bastard. That's my policy." Which the mayor responds, "That was a Shakespeare in the Park play of Julius Caesar, you dimwit." And those were good actors too. Oh, yeah, that's another movie I put on the list. The First Naked Gun. Gotta watch. Great parody.
But let's see. What was the question again?
Uh, why do you want to ship flames though? but Johnny Cage, he says more. Indeed, shitting flames isn't part of our culture. Likes to be ghetto XP. That's why you do it. I do it because it's fun. 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 Johnny Cage. Those poor 2 fellas died over 90 times.
Funny thing is that Johnny Cage, every time whenever I died, he would just like add like some type of story to those 2 homeless enemies. Like always some sort of weird story to them.
We're lovers in a past life.
No, it was just like I think after I got to the shrine that like after I finally got to the shrine, he's like, and then the homeless people were finally able to rest as their murderer has gone, and they can finally wait for their eternal death.
Wrong. Oh,
So melodramatic.
never. Oh, actually. So before we go into Elden Ring and then maybe some Ace Attorney discussions, because I know you've already progressed some in the game. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Hmm.
I actually have a surprisingly, at least a question that I thought was very simple, but actually got me thinking on. And
Hmm.
I think it's a fun question. It's silly, but also thought provoking. So a good question. To reach that question, here's another question from Ghetto in the chat. He says, "Heck, when you gonna see me in Virgo and KOF 15, my brother?" after my tax return, and I'm submitting my taxes. So very soon, I will see you in the KOF battlefield. Very very soon. Again, I gotta do adult responsibility.
Yeah, hopefully you don't pay.
Yes, I could be like my great hero Blade and not pay my tax.
Man, I had to pay. It was sad.
It's alright. I'll have to pay too.
I had to pay for it. But yeah, I had to pay $150.
Not bad considering, but yeah, it sucks. Johnny Cage, Ace Attorney, Jackson said, "That's all you gotta know." Okay. That's interesting. Speaking of
Wasn't
simping,
even simping. I was literally just saying, "Oh, she's adorable," and then I mean that's about it.
huh? Oh, I'll be the judge of that. But speaking of simping,
Watch the replay then. Do it.
yeah, I'll give us free views. Sure, why not?
Exactly. Give me more views.
You mean give us more views? Thank you.
Oh, I was talking about the Twitch area, but yeah.
That's right. By the way, we're also live. But here's a question. Speaking of simp, uh, tell me, do you know any famous characters who are
Bounty hunter?
bounty hunters? You know any famous fictional bounty hunters?
No.
Uh, sure.
I mean, I guess Boba Fett, but that's about it.
Okay. What about Boba Fett's one of them, but you sure there's not another one that you know, especially because you recently played a game about it?
Did I recently play a game about it?
Yes, you did. Granted, it was like several months ago, but still recent.
Oh, several months ago. Okay, so you mean Metroid. Samus.
There you go. Our lady Samsus. No,
Samson.
Samus.
Yes, Samson.
Samson. Samson is Aaron. There we go. That's her long lost twin brother. Some deep lore for you. But no, Samus. It involves Samus, and I bring this up because I was on Twitter as one usually, and I just came across just an innocuous question, and it was from like some random person in my timeline, and he did a poll, and the
Hmm.
poll was the poll was the question. Well, is Zero Suit Samus outfit, so her Zero Suit outfit,
Uh-huh.
is it inherently sexual? Again, I might think innocuous question. You put like a yes or no response. Oh, but the more I thought about it, the more like I was thinking more. Maybe it's not as simple answer as I thought it'd be. So I thought about it a little bit, surprisingly enough. And Jack, I'll give my arguments while you think about your own. So again,
Wait,
and
her armor?
no, her Zero Suit outfit, which she wears
Oh.
underneath the armor.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So of course, I'll repeat it for the audience. Question is, um, do, is Samus's Zero Suit outfit inherently, key word here, inherently, above that for a split second if you're Johnny Cage, or for a minute if you're a regular human. And I want to give you. So here's my opinion matter. See, I told you 1 second, Johnny Cage never fails. I want to say Johnny Cage answer. He says, "Was the suit fucking her? No, case closed." And actually goes to a kind of point to my point of view. Not that what Johnny Cage says exactly, but in that realm, in which it's this question:
Hmm.
did the designers, people, whoever was actually the original designer of that outfit at Nintendo, was it intended to design to be stimulating for the player? The answer I come to God to is no. That is not the intended purpose of that design. And but then I thought more about it, and they compare it to different other characters, other famous video game female characters or characters who also wear very skin tight clothing.
Hmm.
And so my thoughts came. my thoughts came down to this, in that her, in which no, her outfit is not intended to be sexual, but it is does have a very pleasing aesthetic, which the viewer can see it in a sexual manner. Because pretty much the idea that I got through my head was, well, let's say let's say a woman wearing her gym clothes. Sometimes they can be revealing, or they're very form fitting, show and hence depending on their body type, either showing not much or showing too much. But obviously, it's not the case. It's a generalization for every woman, but usually a woman will wear her, her gym clothes because it's form fitting and she can work out in them, regardless if it accentuates certain parts of her body.
Mhm.
And you can't say to that, and you can't say to that woman, "Oh, what you're wearing is make yourself sexual," because that's kind of the actual actual gentrification. And two, and two, we don't know who that woman. We don't know who that woman is. We can maybe assume, but that comes up as rude at our end. And unless there's clear evidence for it, we just go, "No, she's wearing that because she wants to comfortably work out." So
Yeah.
place it applies to Samus. Wears that outfit because it's the only thing that she can wear in which she can move around in her armor, and she can have something that's outside of her armor. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. Jack, do you have any differing opinions?
I mean, uh, I don't know what was her first like original design of the Zero suit was. If it was like overly sexual or like super skin tight. But I mean it's practical when it comes to like in game. I mean, I don't want to, especially if I'm having to wear a suit like that. I might have to end up wearing something as close to like a scuba suit where it's skin tight so it doesn't get caught inside the armor. But that's about it.
Yeah,
I never really thought about the how sexual is Zero Suit Sam is. I'm just like, oh yeah, she's sexual.
yeah. Because then with the other examples, because think of Solid Snake, he wears a very similar in concept design outfit.
Yeah.
Very skin tight. It changes how it's designed from game to game. And surprisingly enough, the one actually when surprisingly in the fourth game, where in which he's literally aging rapidly, is the one he wears the tightest outfit in all the main games.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's why whenever you played
get a bunch of
Smash, they had to nerf his butt.
get a bunch of old man ass forward right in front of your face.
Hey, hey, hey. Some people like that. I
Yes,
don't know who, but some do.
and most of them don't play Metal Gear.
You don't know that.
Sure, you know what? You might have a point. But the point is, like, it's the same concept for Solid Snake. Heck, it's the same concept for Spider Man. When you look at Spider Man's outfit, you go, "Oh, he's obviously just showing off his sexual energy."
It's so sexual.
Him and his uh,
Oh, you cut
I
off its
I
feed there.
I got nothing. I think the most I've seen, I guess, in terms of comics, I think I think as some female characters might comment on his little duty, but really about it.
The clap of Snake's ass cheeks keeps alerting
God
the
damn it.
guards.
I both like and dislike that meme. Popular? I
Isn't
like it.
it funny that the actual voice actor did do like a variation of that?
Uh, I'm not surprised. I mean, David Hayter's not doing much these days. He's not Snake anymore, and I don't see his name in big Hollywood movies anymore. Because he's actually a big Hollywood writer. Well, like, or at least used to write for big Hollywood movies. I don't know what he's doing at all. He just be. Let's see. But let me read some of your thoughts. I read Johnny Cage's pointed very elegantly. It's not a tentacle monster. Um, Tail says by itself, no, but every other redesign subject sexual to a certain degree. I it's debatable. I think I guess the most sexual it got was an other M, and really, I think it's only that because the thing because it's a Team Ninja game, and Team Ninja are the guys behind the Guiding Games and Dead or Alive.
And don't forget the beach ball,
Yeah,
beach party one.
Dead or Alive.
Well, okay, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole
It's
again.
literally within the same franchise, dude.
I know, but they're different games. It's not like you're gonna say that Street Fighter and then Street Fighter Beach Party is gonna be like any.
Anyway, semantics aside, from what I remember of Other M, which is not much, I think they give her they accentuate her curves ever so slightly, but not to an degree. They did give her high heel platform shoe, and then which I don't think even the Smash Brothers games even do that. So I think that's the most sexual we got. Her wearing plats, but to quote another woman I've heard that quote another woman I heard give, give her coverable heels and she could run in those. It all depends. And that's really it. That's really it. No official Nintendo game or even marketing ever put ever put ever ever highlighted. Ooh, how Samus. If anything, they just showed her how cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a question I came across. I just thought a lot about it, and it went from point A to point B. That started thinking about Lara Croft and how funny how technically her clothing are pretty normal, but she's intentionally designed to be sexy. I think no, because then you got like I was just excluding Japanese games. Um, Jack, when's the last time you think of a female character made
Mhm.
by a Western game company
Mhm.
in which she was designed to be have major sex appeal? Like that was the intent, like Lara Croft.
Um, Probably a decade or two ago, because today everyone wants to be like, let me get Abigail from, I think that's her name, from Last
Oh,
of Us 2.
Abby. Or to be fair, I say more like Alloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, or like older Ellie. Just normal looking girls. They may or may not be gender.
No, no, they want their like beast women, and they're gonna be
Peace.
like, this is represents women. This is normal. This is normalizing women.
Well, only in Sony games. I don't know about Mike. But here, no, not even. Not,
Oh, actually, you reminded me what that Horizon Zero Dawn stuff.
right?
I heard something about like people were getting pissy about Alloy not having a love interest when it's a
Oh,
game about post-apocalyptic.
it's just shippers.
It reminds me of how toxic the it reminds me of like the toxicity of the My Hero Academia fandom, because like they literally send death threats to the voice actors. Like, what the hell did the voice actors ever do to you?
They make
They just voice the characters and they're like, we're gonna send death threats to you because you're not making these two characters gay.
or not gay enough, or the worst one, not black enough.
Yeah,
Because obviously insert random My Hero Academia character is black coded like
I
Knuckles.
I love it when they blackface everything and then they say that that's not wrong.
Let me blackface Ghetto, and then he will be a true black man. Oh man. Oh, actually though, and let me blackface Johnny. Then he can be a real Eddie Gordo. Don't you want to do capoeira, Johnny? You get to be an artist, and you get to fight people to a rhythm. Unless you already do so on your own. So, me reading some comments. Ghetto continues. He also says, any hard fantasy we see comes from creep shots on Smash. True. True. Well, they mostly doing the princesses. Uh, on the princess. Ghetto continues. Not as sexual as a Gundam pipe. And Ghetto says, "Oh, Hater, he's still doing work. He was in the last Yakuza game, and he's attached to the Voltron. Uh, wait, the Voltron, like the recent
Which Voltron?
Voltron show for Netflix, or a new Voltron project that's coming up? Because he was in the last one for Netflix. Either I'd like to know more about that. Let's see. And he was also
He's
King
also
Shark on
King
the
Shark
Flash.
on the Flash.
Good for him. Good for him.
I didn't even remember that one. I didn't even remember King Shark speaking in that Flash variation.
He's probably just growls or whatever. Johnny
Yeah.
Cage. Oh, wow. So remember how you said Ghetto? They had to think about 2 decades ago was the last time a Western game made like a female character with intent to be.
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto's example is Mortal Kombat 9 or the reboot game from 2011.
Ha!
Oh, oof! That was actually that's literally 11 years ago now. Ooh, yeah.
And that was still an uproar, if I'm correct.
Um, I wouldn't know. I didn't pay attention to gaming news around that time. No, actually, I don't think. I think the only uproar was when MK11 came out, and like you
I
thought
didn't have enough sex appeal, if I'm correct.
it was so strange. Okay, does it make sense for you for a game that has fantasy and sci-fi, like extreme fantasy and sci-fi elements into his game with people casually dismembering each other and punching each other so hard you can knock their head clean off of their necks?
Mm-hmm.
That for the latest game they try to make the characters look as realistic as possible, and because of that kind of design mentality of making the characters look real, they had to set back a lot of the more exaggerated aspects of the characters. So it's not just like, oh, the woman had no hourglass figure. It's like not, even the men are not as jacked as they used to be. Like everyone doesn't look like from a comic book, or they're like jacked up to the extreme. We're all a bit more toned down so the looks because it fits the realistic look they're going for in their gory fighting game with robots and ninjas.
Man, they're really eating a little bit too many hot dogs and hamburgers then.
And also, and it's funny because their face tech, because they've been being better at getting realistic faces, but because of that, sometimes the kind of off at certain angles. You thought Ken from Street Fighter Five looked off at certain angles. I agree, but sometimes depending on the camera angle, he still looks like Ken. For MK11,
Hmm.
there's just some characters that look inherently off because they obviously are modeling after real whoever their mocap actor's face, and sometimes and because of that, a lot of the characters don't even resemble their how they look like in past games. Like one that sticks out to me, one of the female characters named Katana. All of a sudden, she was for the past 2 games. She has like kind of Eurasian features because she's supposed to be from this other dimension that's like Mortal Kombat's version of Eden, essentially.
Hmm.
And she's supposed to have that look where she's like looks Turkish or something. She wasn't
Hmm.
strictly Western looking or strictly Asian, that kind of mix. And then because
Hmm.
Mortal Kombat 11, they just straight up look like she looks like a Chinese woman. And gave her like the most beadiest eyes too, and like little big puppy cheeks. I'm like, wait, hold on, but you didn't. But wait, but you never look. Okay, fine, fine, whatever. Gameplay sucks anyways, so they can't even save themselves from that. But it's just stuff like that bothers me more rather than the fact that they're not wearing really revealing outfits, and the outfits that are a bit on the more risque side, like it's nothing compared to what they've done in the past. So like, wow, this is the guys got okay.
Hmm.
Whatever you say, Mortal Kombat, whatever you say.
That's why I don't even bother. I don't like them anyway.
Okay, well, I mean, granted, I let you play 11. I should have probably let you play X.
I still wouldn't have liked it.
Oh,
I mean, it's just like not my appeal, to be honest. It's just that's it.
Jack doesn't like violence.
Uh, meanwhile, me playing Elden Ring, I'ma stab this guy repeatedly in the butt.
Yeah, but you don't want to learn combo string after combo strings and learn how to do infinites. And the worst part, just picking a long range character and just spam projectiles even more so than in Street Fighter. All right, maybe some of the comments here. Let's see. 90K says they want the bitches to be ugly.
I mean, for
He
real.
goes. MK11 characters look like cosplayers, very fit cosplayers, but just cosplayers on the list. Yeah, I think that comes to the fact that because they're based off the mocap actor. You know, okay, I'll make this quick. You know who's a character who really does not look like their past iterations? A character called Jax. And to give you an idea, Jack,
Mm-hmm.
uh, in the past games, Jack, let's see, take it. You ever seen Predator?
Yeah,
Okay, do you remember the character Dylan?
barely.
Okay, he's that black man that Arnold shakes hands with in the beginning of the movie. Big meme.
Yes.
Okay, he resembled him, and like for most throughout that character has been around. And then
Mm-hmm.
MK11, he then transforms into what I can only describe as a beefed up childish Gambino. So for the audience, he went from looking like freaking prime Carl Weathers with that military haircut and big old metal arm, just toxic masculinity and all of that, to a looking like a rapper a rapper who's only been working on his arms for the past 6 months. Yeah.
This is
So
America.
yeah. Oh, and it doesn't help. He also has the big bushy beard too, like Childish Gambino in that music video.
Don't catch me slipping up. Don't catch you slipping up.
Oh man. Let's see. Oh, Ghetto says, I know people were suddenly pissed over Catwoman Arkham Knight. The color animation sexist. No, that wasn't one person. That was that lady, Miss Anita. Anita, then. I won't go into that rabbit hole because Lord
But
knows I don't want to experience 2015 again. I think that was
but
mostly came from
man,
her. But oh
but man, that
man,
was fun. You know why?
why
Because you can be able to mod it to where you can have
Batman?
Batman do,
Yeah,
do it, and
and
it is
sway
hilarious.
his hits back and forth.
It is hilarious.
Almost like if Catwoman is some sort of seductive villain. What are the
Or
odds?
now Batman's a seductive hero.
Let me keep going with the comments. Johnny Case says, "I hate this push to make every game as realistic as possible." Yeah, There- yeah, it's one of those things where not up, and because of that, a lot of the big AAA games become have such big budgets to them, and that they have to put so much. The company has to put so much money into the big games that they have to do microtransactions and DLCs because all of that payments is going to balance out everything they spend on to make those games as nice as so. So yeah, the only way for them to stop doing that is just literally don't stop buying those very triple games, specifically from EA or Ubisoft. Which of course I know all of y'all have no problem doing that. Me,
Yeah,
but en masse, that's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to make the do bro not play the next Call of Duty.
that's why I tell my brother that it's not all about the. I forget. That's why he keeps bashing on me whenever I play Minecraft. He's like, "Oh, the graphics suck." I'm like, "Okay, but it's the top game."
I was kind of like that, or more like I wasn't into it, but I just got over it, and I see the inherent like really good design Minecraft has.
Plus, I mean, it's like all coded in Java, so people modders they have a field day, especially if they know how to code.
Oh,
Because I've seen
yeah.
you've seen those ultra realistic, and hell, even like Nvidia did the whole ray tracing stuff to it, which is weird that it's already just built into it.
That's Minecraft's a very what was that? What's that? It's like one of those games where it.
Very malleable.
There you go. That's like an old PC game, like a Doom, like a game running on the old Doom back in the day.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like you and I weren't alive then, but you at least are aware of like how many games just how many first person shooters were made during the late '90s, early 2000s that just used the same engine from the Doom games and Unreal.
Oh, I had a small mini experience of that with my friends where one of them said, "Hey, we're gonna be playing Doom. Like, do you want to join?" I'm like, "Okay." And he says, "Here, download this file. It's by my own personal Doom lobby." I download it, go into this server, and we were logged into like this PvP Doom server. And it's not even like Doom as in current Doom. It's like
The original,
original Doom.
whatever you know to aim up
Yeah.
and strafing all the way. Let's see. Johnny K says DMC4 look cooler than DMC5. There I said, and I was like, okay. It's hard to compare because number one, DMC4 definitely looks like an early 360 Xbox 360 game. Goes. And DMC5, honestly, I really do like the look of it, and it still keeps a lot of things that make DMC unique about it. And also, quite frankly, Johnny Cage, DMC is not really known for have lot of stylism and character designs. If anything, when you look at the games overall, each game's graphics progressively got better and better and better with new technology. With DMC5 just being the latest case. So now, if it's like enemy designs or maybe how the environments are set up, you can have an argument that. But objectively speaking, DMC5 looks and sounds much better than DMC4. Whether you enjoy it more than the other, that's okay. Ghetto says I actually called someone the R word. You know the R word.
The
Uh,
gamer.
no, that's a different R. That's a different word. Over that because it was effing Catwoman. Of all characters to complain about, they pick Catwoman. Yeah, yeah. Hey, at least they pick Poison Ivy. Ogaji says, "Yo, what's up, yo? Just coming to say what's up." Hey, Ogaji, thanks for coming by, man. We're not, in a little bit. We're just going through these chats, and then we're going to be talking a bit more about Jack's experience. So
Oh.
stay tuned for that. Johnny Cage, back in the early combat Mortal Kombat, he goes NetherRealm and zoners. Very much. Continues. To give a better example than I did for Jack, explain about Jax. He says, "Picture Terry Crews. If Terry Crews ever took Vince McMahon steroids, that's Jax."
Damn. Damn.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Guy says, also, I don't have a real issue with realistic video graphics. My thing is not every video game needs to have realistic. The guys that make crap weren't bad. They were pretty good for what they are, my honest opinion. Dude, they were legitimate. I was honestly more impressed by on what engine Capcom used to make that game. Which, Jack, I do not know if you're aware. Do you know? Are you aware what engine Capcom used to make DM's Devil May Cry 5?
I'm assuming Unreal.
No,
No.
they use
What?
they use the same engine they've been using for for the most recent Resident Evil game, the RE engine.
Ooh.
And I'm looking at myself and I'm going, wait, hold on. This engine can be used to make a survival horror game like Resident Evil, where it can be fast paced but it's very much slower. And all of a sudden, it can be used for something like Devil May Cry 5, where you need that first like 1 frame accuracy, and to have
I
and to
could see that.
no, that's a very like I'm like God dang, Capcom put a lot in this engine. If you could do that, freaking, they couldn't even do that with their anti framework engine. At least I don't think so. And I remember, and I only and I think I need. Well, here's not rumors, but I guess speculation
Hmm.
that because Capcom's been using this engine very well, and I believe it might be used for one of the Monster Hunter games. World, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But I also
Hmm.
heard they might be. There's speculation that they might be using that engine for Street Fight, which that's going to be very
Interesting.
interesting using the RE engine for a fighting game. That's gonna be very interesting to me, but I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of Street Fighter 6 because frankly, there's not enough to talk about. No more stuff. Actually, talk now. All that
I don't
said,
like it.
yeah, based on one teaser. Well, to be fair, based on actually not just yours, but a lot of people's experience with five, I don't see six saying like hotcakes, and for understandable reasons. But like I said, I want to get into that whole big discussion in and of itself. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be cautiously excited. I'm not gonna get a day one. I'm actually gonna wait and see because I still at the end of the day still like Street Fighter, and I do not want one game to tarnish a very good series. In any case,
I just want the logo to be changed. That's all.
fair enough.
Just- Thank you.
All right. So Elden Ring, Jack,
All right.
you have put in a good amount of time into this game. First off, I just want to ask. I actually want to ask. It's obviously made from software,
Hmm.
and and it does have this lot similar mechanics to a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
But tell me what makes Elden Ring different from the past Souls.
I mean, really, to be honest, not really anything. Because like all the attacks that you do were in Dark Souls, it's just that some of them might be like, for example, the kicking or the parry. Those are all probably in different armors or different. They call them ashes of war, which are kind of like special moves. You can set a special move to a weapon. That's like basic controls are fundamentally the same. There have just been a lot of other key things around the game that makes it somewhat different compared to other Souls games. But it's still a Souls game.
All right. Now, this and I'm guessing it's still the same in which a lot of the story, if there is one, mostly based around that whatever the opening cutscene is, whatever people grab from certain items, stuff in the environment. Correct?
That and also any NPCs you talk to. Um, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much the story. You wake up and then you're supposed to fight a bunch of bosses for their piece of the great runes that they have, and then become the Elder Lord or the Elden Lord because you make a ring out of it.
All right. So with that, Jack, go ahead. Based on your
Oh my god.
first impressions of the game, um, what uh what are your honest thoughts about it so far, and how are you enjoying yourself?
All right, so let me go and actually talk about what Johnny Cage says. Like he says, the narrator in the opening cutscene came in his pants. That's best bit in the whole thing.
What?
Best bit. The narrator is supposed to be like this old, like it just sounds like an old man telling a story. But then he goes on to talking about like some big fight, and he's like, "Oh," just moaning in your ear. And at that moment, I only had my right ear with the headphones, so it was like moaning right in my right ear. I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, it gets
that's great."
old man ASMR action.
Yeah. Yep. So if you want to have some old man ASMR actions, play the game. But you'll probably only have it once. Anyways, for the actual game, I really do enjoy it. Um, from what I heard from certain people and I think the devs, I can't confirm if the devs said this, but the game is pretty open world. Like you can literally go wherever you want. And as long as you don't get hit whenever you're going into the higher level areas, you can go there.
I do
Just don't expect to live.
I do want to ask about that because I was never under the impression that previous Souls games weren't open. Any, or I guess it was just there's a big hub, I guess a big hub environment that connects to all these different areas. I never got the. Is it just because there's no loading screens? Is that it?
I mean, it's practically when it comes to like the Souls games, like the actual Dark Souls games, they are more like hubs. because once when you go into like Dark Souls 1, you have your main area that you start off in. But then once when you go to the once when you're transferring over to the new hub, it's gonna be at in Orlando, and then you just fight a bunch of other bosses there. But it's not open world. It's more hubs, and it just acts like it's more like a dungeon, like a huge dungeon where you can go through many areas, but in the end of it, like for the what's the word? In the grand scheme of things, it's linear.
I see. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? That's true. I haven't. Probably only farm software game had the most Bloodborne, and Bloodborne is designed very similar. There is a certain path they want you to take in order for to progress the game. I guess in that aspect, because an aspect I can see why it will consider open world. I guess for me, I just kind of take that to mean it's just a big environment you can explore around, regardless of you have to load it or not. But I'm guess with Elden Ring, there's none of that. Like, as in, like, there's not just a bunch of mini dungeons that interconnect to each. Other. Actually, like environment.
Yeah, and like my God, if you ever like just go online, type in Elden Ring, oh yeah, type in Elden Ring map, and you'll see how big that map is. I'm gonna go ahead and do that so I can show. If people don't really want to see it, then they don't have to. But the whole map is huge.
Huge, frankly, biggest I've ever seen. Right, the biggest.
So I'm gonna put it on display on my side. But all this that you could see, you can go to.
This is great for the YouTube. Man. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Don't you dare put that map
I'm
away.
looking.
Don't you
I'm looking.
give me I was gonna open up your stream.
Oh.
Map away.
I'm looking.
Don't you? All right, I gotta mute myself in the other stream and bada bing, bada boom. There we go.
And the green highlights is actually what's playable around.
Oh, okay. I get you. The lands between.
So yeah,
Then there's an Elder Ring wiki already. Oh, I'm not. You know, I shouldn't be surprised.
yeah. People have been already doing showcases of spells and showcases of like upgrades to like max upgrades and stuff. It's crazy.
Jack, we are in
Yeah.
a stream with an.
Streamception.
Oh, all right, me. All right, amigo. Oh, all right. So I get the idea. So
So it's
it's
super
dark.
huge.
So Dark Souls with some modern design trends implemented.
Now it's super huge, and
Huge.
the cool thing about it. Okay, so the story itself, of course, it's linear, as in the sense of like you have to do this. First go here, then you fight the big thing, you win. But let's say you're having a issue with the first thing, like which is saying, I think the first thing was go up to that castle, beat the guy that's in that castle. If you're having troubles beating the guy that's in that castle, then the game, or at least like a good portion of people, recommend you just explore the world because when you do explore that first area, you'll see that there is a lot of places that have hidden bosses that you can actually go and fight.
Oh, oh
And
yeah.
these bosses don't really pertain to the actual story; they're just there, but they're there for a challenge, and they are there for it can give you weapons, armor, or spells, how whatever it wants to give you.
So what's the currency? Souls, it was well, souls. Bloodborne, it was blood.
This
What's
one is runes. Yeah,
Sasquatch
it's not as
blood?
yeah, it's not as cool, but it's there. It's runes.
So I'm guessing. So since it's been, I'm guessing this game has a big worse world and setting.
I guess so. I mean, actually, maybe. I don't know.
or is it just more like kind of?
I mean, it has a lot of medieval villains, or not villains, enemies. Like there's a lot of enemies there that are ironclad, but there are some enemies that I just recently saw that were like ghostly spirits, almost looking like Vikings.
So they tell me we're not gonna find any samurai warriors like in Dark Souls 3.
But I do. Oh no, I'm literally playing as a samurai.
All right.
But I do remember that some of the a good chunk of the uh frankly the women they have a heavier accent. But a good chunk of the women have like a almost like a man, I could get some flack for this if anyone from like the UK or like in that region.
It's all right. All the Europeans are sleeping. Just us, the Americans.
Scottish, yeah, Scottish actually. Because
Foolish.
it's they like they sound like the girl from Brave.
Ah, I see. Got a Scotch spell within you, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But only the women for some weird
Only
reason.
the win. Only. Hold on. Ah, that's an accent. Only the. F it. I was trying to do more Sean Connery. I think it's for Sean Connery.
But I can tell this game is gonna have a lot of weird waifus that people are gonna like.
To be fair, I mean Dark Souls already had that all the way back with what was it like Gwendolyn?
I don't know. I thought it was like Guinevere. I think.
Yeah, I think it's Guinevere, but like it wasn't even Guinevere herself. It was like her spirit or something. That the big giant lady.
Yeah.
That wasn't really her. That was just her or some. In any cases, all gringos sound the same. Well, that's unfortunate for you, you Brazilian wacko.
but
Because clearly we all sound the same to you. Racist. You're saying.
I was seeing how long you're gonna go with that accent.
No, no, no. Oh, yeah, I keep it short.
Gotta keep it short. But yeah, ha. But yeah, I mean, oh, there was one time that in Elden Ring where I actually simped for a woman because she said, "Let me hold you." I forgot what was her reasoning, but she said, "Let me hold you." I'm like, "Okay, sure." So I let her hold me. Like she literally just like gave me a somewhat of a hug.
Is that I've seen? I wouldn't to be a woman with a bunch of arms, would it?
No,
Diva looking. Oh, okay. Because I'm already seen some fan art and I saw a woman with a bunch of arms. That she.
but no, the whenever she did hug me and they say it popped up saying like, "Oh, Balde Baldelsian blessing," something like that. Like, "Oh, okay, that's nice. I got a blessing." Like, yeah, you see that? That thing that you felt light up in you, that's a blessing. Use it whenever you need to. Later on, whenever I finished the stream and turned off my PC, I go online and then on a TikTok video, it was like, "Don't let this woman hug you." I'm like, "What?"
Oh no.
And then and it says, "Because this woman, whenever she hugs you, you lose 5% of your max health."
Oh.
I'm like,
Ooh.
"Oh." Like I'm like, "Oh.
Well.
So what does this blessing do?" And I look at it, you lose 5% of your health, but when you use that blessing, you can get your health back and you'll have a temporary boost in like poise, which is like tanking. It's like letting you not get interrupted easily on attacks.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, never trust a woman,
not
especially a
even.
stranger,
Not even video game.
especially
Well,
a stranger asking for hugs.
but can you kill?
You can kill any NPC.
Oh yes, then.
Yeah, I don't know. I never tried attacking inside the round table. It literally said you can't.
Now for all the hobos you kill, you never try smacking them.
But the one interesting thing, I mean, this is pretty much every Dark Soul or every Souls game is where you can there's little quest lines you can do, but it's not the same thing like how you have a quest line for any other generic MMO, not MMO, open world RPG.
They're
There's
try-
not gonna be like this like little indicator in the map saying you go here for this.
You're telling me I don't have to collect 10 fox dens in my Ubisoft open world game?
Yes,
I,
but like I'm just saying like it's not gonna have like a little indicator saying you go here.
I seen some people complaining about that lack of indicators. Is that is it as big a deal as it really is, or is it just the game designed pretty well that they're really
Uh, I mean it's a hit and miss sometimes, but like for the main story, you just follow whatever the great because you know the shrines you have in Dark Souls, it was like a fire pit.
ah
And this one they're called Grace. It's just like a torch or something. Like I don't even know what it is. It's like something on the ground. Those things will like kind of point you to the direction of the main story. Yeah, it will show like a line going towards one grace to another to another. And that's kind of showing you how to go to the story. But to do the actual quest lines for like side quest lines, you just listen to what the NPC says. Sometimes.
ooh I just want
It
ooh I want to share this. It's tangentially related,
Mhm.
as in barely, but the only other Souls type game I actually ever get really
Mhm.
ironically Neo,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's only for one thing. It's if I had to really be honest, it probably is just some kind of a simplified version of a Souls game in some aspect.
Mhm.
But I think it's due to mainly two factors. Number one, all the all the quests are world is mission based, so instead of having to traverse and do a lot of backtracking, it's literally just go to the places you want to go to. And secondly, it's the combat. Like, I honestly prefer just the fact that the weapon stances and the fact that and you can just do crazy techniques and techniques and combos as you progress your stamina and you get better at the game. It to me is a more fulfilling, but because it's a more action oriented game than some Dark Souls defense oriented. So that leads to ask for Elden Ring: Is do you find yourself finding your opinion the game is defense focused or offense in terms of the combat?
It's very much whoever depends on what you're fighting. Like, yeah, it just depends on what you're fighting.
Ah,
Sometimes there's a different the like I was literally having this conversation with my friends. They were saying they were complaining that how the bosses are either very slow on their attacks or very quick on their attacks. There is no in between. And to add to that, I remember I was watching a video of tips and tricks, and I kind of did I actually used it, and because there's a boss that I recently fought in this current stream. I think I don't know if you were watching it, but
no, because
it was like this. It was this weird dragon tree thing. I don't even know what it was, but like literally, if you once when you step in, it will try to attack you.
oh lovely,
Yeah, like right as like there were several times where I stepped in and then automatically got chomped up
no chill. Dragon is
in its mouth while it burned pure fire in its mouth while I'm inside it and then spit me out. But like to fight that dragon, I literally had to get up close, hug it, like literally just start hugging it and wail on it as fast as I can.
death by a thousand cuts. Then
Yeah, and then meanwhile, the first great rune I got, which was Godric, it took me more of like an in between defensive and offensive type of style. So it really depends on the monsters, and Plus the ashes of war that you get, they're like mini specialty, they're like mini special moves you can do, and they're and each one that you put on your sword, like on your weapon, you can change it between a standard stance, or not standard stance, but like a standard, or whatever it is, like keen, quality, or at least in my case was blood. But and like they all do different things. Some of them might do like fire damage, magical damage. Mine does blood damage, which means the more I hit you, eventually you'll just blow up a little bit and die.
Gotcha. Well then, so,
But yeah,
so,
the combat's
so
pretty diverse.
oh, that's bad. Diversity.
I don't know. I don't think it's bad because considering people built different things, like my friend right now, he's
But we
building
we gotta
sorcerer.
send them back. Gotta send them back. Go home. Go home. Any case, is there any obviously as tending? I guess in the grand scheme, you're still early on in the game. So before we move on to different subjects, any last thing you want to say about Elden Ring?
I mean, it's a good game. It's a little bit more. I don't know. I can't put the right words, but hell, my brother's even trying it out, and he doesn't really like. Whenever he played Dark Souls 3, he just did not like the game.
I
At the
don't,
same time, he never paid attention to anything I told him
I
or
I don't
read
I don't think it's gonna
what the
stick.
tutorials were.
I think he's probably just played because big hype.
Could be,
Yeah,
but
because
he
that was kind of almost maybe you think about it. Then I remember because my weird biases, and I'm like, all right, no, just King of Fighters 15's out. Get that.
basically, if you like to have a challenge, and this game does not hold your hand, and it's not unfair. You may think it's unfair, at, or some people might think it's unfair, but really it's not. It's just like literally, it's not holding your hand.
Yeah, so if you want to play a game that reminds you of your father, play Elden Ring.
If you want to play a game that reminds you of your humanity, you're a human being fighting grotesque monsters that as I like to describe it, From Software saying, "Okay, so this is a person. Let's make this person half of an animal and see how much we can put as a roadkill."
Then play Bloodborne.
Bloodborne's even more of how much roadkill can we make this look like?
And then can we add tentacles to it?
And Elden Ring, it's how much like roadkill can we make this look like? And add hands to him.
But does it have a giant rat?
It does.
Then it is a true RPG. It has
I
passed the
saw
test.
I saw a fucking my friend. I saw him playing. He was his boss was a giant fucking snake, and when he killed the snake had a face on it, and then
Very
the face literally just said, "Hmm, you."
oh.
Goes goes into the snake head's mouth with his weird tendril arm, grabs a fucking sword out, and then says, "We're gonna devour the gods together," and proceeds to fight you again.
Yeah, that's a very Japanese thing to do.
Yeah.
Hey look, it's an animal, but it's got a human face on it. That's a very Japanese.
Yeah.
Ghetto, all right then. Ghetto chimes in. Comments. Closest Souls like I ever played was Jedi Fallen Order. I thought it was okay, but clearly a stripped. Yeah, I mean the best you get from Actually, I know EA published it. Actually, developed Fallen Order.
You know,
They was Respawn.
it's funny that I bought the game and I forgot to play it.
What show you? Yeah, it is Respawn. So So yeah, so instead of another Titanfall, you just get another you just get a kind of messed up. Well, no, not a meh. Kind of like it's pretty
But
good. That's
can I
it.
slide cancel?
I don't know, Ghetto. Can you slide cancel? Can
Can
you
I also
can you slide cancel Jedi Fallen Order? Do you
can I
also
slide cancel and fall in order?
do you also befriend and or ride a mech?
Can I also grapple everywhere and wall climb?
And can and one more. And the important part, can I get thrown by said robot? A
Oh,
really cool thing. Ghetto
but
says
then
no, it's really stripped down.
oh,
A Titanfall 3. I okay, you know what's so funny? Okay. In regards to that series, first game, Frank, no one cares about the first game, no one even talks about it. That second game, it came out, it did okay, but word of mouth got so big that now freaking almost every major, like most people have played it, and even every major like YouTube Let's Play or streamer have now played. And I'm like, oh wow, you guys are just realizing this is a great FPS game that's not a COD game.
okay. Now let me do it like this. Pretty much, no one heard of Titanfall 1. Some people heard of Titanfall 2. People played Apex. Then the
Ah,
fans of Titanfall 2 said, "Hey, this is Apex. Hey, Apex is like
I forgot
Tit-
about Apex. I forgot that's a thing.
yeah." So people from Titanfall 2 saying, "Hey, Apex is just Titanfall 2 but with stripped down." And people that played Apex were like, I may try Titanfall 2." And
Funny,
they did.
funny you know that Nick. That's what when I try to play Apex, I had that realization. I'm like, oh wow, this is a strict version of Titanfall 2, and I never picked it up again.
I can't
Oh,
believe you actually tried Apex, man.
yeah. Well, it cost me nothing.
That is true. It did cost you nothing.
Yeah, and also I do, and because again, it was the next thing that Respawn was doing. I was like, all right, you know what? It's not Titanfall 3, but I'll give this a shot. And it plays well, but by the end of the day, it's a battle royale game.
They're slowly adding in more of the weapons of Titanfall. And
One
there have been more rumors. It's like always continuous rumors. And I doubt it's ever gonna happen.
Titanfall 3. I just
It's
want
always more
Titanfall
continuous
3.
rumors of the Apex saying, "We're gonna have the robots." Like I don't think so.
I don't. So. Ghetto says, I wanted to play Titanfall because I dig giant robots. You
Oh,
understand it?
remember when the Titanfall characters or like the robots were in like a Xbox commercial? I could have sworn they were.
Probably. The first game was an Xbox One exclusive. Probably why I didn't do so. Ghetto says, I just forgot to exist. How could you? Well, you know what? You know what? You know what? Hey, that's all right. It's all right. Because guess what? Other games also making a big comeback thanks to well, that game. We know what that game is, Jack.
No, I don't.
Metal Gear
I
Rising.
Metal Gear Rising?
Yeah. A new meme has surfaced from that game thanks to the final boss, and now more people are playing Metal Gear Rising than before. And it's not like a Titanfall 2 where there was just some like another game that is drawing people towards it. No, literally, someone made a funny meme, or at least a new meme, regards to Metal Gear Rising, and that's letting more people, mostly younger people, didn't play games during the 360 era, to realize, oh, hey, here's this cool ninja cyborg.
Yeah, dead on.
Dead on. Also, you know what's funny? I have yet seen him actually play that game in Japanese because the English I write so well between super hammy but yet in. I love that the voices are like that because just think about it, that's pretty much what the Japanese ways are going to be anyways. Where it for Japanese, you'll probably find most Japanese voice acting games anime cheesy but yet endearing. And
Now what was the meme? Was it
um,
the nanomachines again?
no, it was it's so I'm, the meme is where it's in the final fight between Armstrong and Raiden,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the part where where Raiden is just going to Armstrong,
Oh.
and the meme is just pretty much just a loop of that animation, and with the finals with Armstrong's final theme song playing in the background.
Okay. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
I could
so
see that being memeable.
it's already you can look up on YouTube and find so many people.
No, recently I've only been seeing Mr. Incredible memes for some weird reason. They just pop up everywhere.
I've seen that too, and I don't get it. I don't get it.
Just his face.
Yeah,
Distorted.
yeah, for humor. I assume is
Wait, aren't we technically Zoomers? Because
maybe
I
you,
remember.
maybe you are.
Wait, what?
Then maybe you are.
How much older are you again? By how many months?
I'm a year older.
I don't remember.
He's
No, that mean.
doing the math.
I can't do the math. I'm trying. My brain is fried. Like this
Well,
whole day has been fried.
I wonder why.
Oh, you want to know what you okay? You want to know something? Have you ever had to help make breakfast in the morning with a brother that takes 30 minutes to make the to make the freaking hash brown?
Oh,
Like
I
literally,
have not experienced your. I have not experienced this. Uh,
like not even make them, prepare them. Like prepare
oh
the
my god.
potato, cut it, like shave off the skin, then put it through the little degrader. 5 potatoes, 20 to 30 minutes,
Wow.
and then proceed. And then I had to proceed to make everything super quickly because my parents were waiting because my parents were like, "Why don't you make breakfast for us?" I'm like, "Okay." And I'm pretty quick, but my god. Now
You
add
can
that.
see where the cookie.
Now that add that experience plus to Elden Ring because I played that for how many hours straight? I think it was like four or
Please.
5 hours straight.
Yes.
Brain fried.
Oh boy.
So, so let me see. You're a year older. That means no. You were definitely a Zoomer.
uh, we're, we are not part of. We are in the tail end of the millennial generation.
Yeah, and then also I mean, people have been classifying us as Zoomers.
But we
And
aren't though. I remember VCRs, the old days of the internet, floppy disks.
I remember the whole thing where it's like it depends on how they want to insult you. If they want to insult you even better, they say you're a Zoomer.
Freaking my little sister. Actually, no, my little sister calls me a boomer.
Oh yeah, and it's funny how they say like, "Oh, you can't do our memes when we're the ones that created them."
Actually, you know what? Let's look to let's look to the science.
Yeah, let's go to the science.
The science. What does the science say? What is the age range for Generation Z? So, according to the greatest source in the world, supposedly Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Generation Z or Actually, I like Gen Z. Gen Z, colloquially known as Zoomers, is a demographic cohort succeeding millennials in preceding Generation Alpha. God dang. Researchers probably admitted used the mid to late 1990s as starting birth years. All right, you know what? This is a flawed article. Clearly, it's flawed. I don't know why I trusted Wikipedia. Look, the point point.
Oh, there's a map. There's a little picture too. Look at the picture. Look at the picture.
Look at the picture. You know what? And we can see the audience see the. There. Look at the picture. So let's see. Millennials. Oh, look at that. Well, I barely count. 96. Yeah.
Nah,
No, I count.
nah,
I count.
nah,
No,
nah.
you're the zoomer. 97 over here. I count. I count.
Nah,
Yes.
nah, not even close.
Oh, don't come on.
You're only a few. No,
What do you mean a few?
I thought you were a few months older than me, not a whole year.
No, I'm definitely. No, I'm half a year older than you. There you
And half of you's coming with me.
go. Wait, which half?
The left half, which is that means the left brain is also the most important part of the brain.
Oh, I need that for I need that for stuff.
Well, too late.
Ghetto says we're not Zoomers. Touch your feelings. You know it to be true. Well, you know what? I say to that. You know, I say that
What?
I may be categorically a Zoomer, but in my heart, well, I don't want to call myself a millennial. That's not really a term of endearment.
See, this is why I say that they'll use whatever is the best insult for that time period, that time frame.
All right, then I'll say this. Technically, by all accounts, I am a Zoomer, but in my heart, I at least played a game older than the year I was born, and watched a
Yes.
movie that's older than the year I was born, and remember a time of using computers before the day I was born.
Wait, what do you mean by that one?
I have used old computers.
Oh,
Nothing like from the 80s, but like very old home desktop
yeah,
computers.
my brother had a dinosaur of a computer. It was fun.
I remember Windows X,
Those were the days.
which apparently is. I always gotta love it when people who and Ghetto may know who I refer to. I always love it when you have certain people who are or either are tech savvy they they're just so familiar with one operating system that regardless of any type of updates or different operations that come out through the years, no, they're gonna do everything on that one operating system. And they're gonna jury the heck out of it if they need to. They need to.
Remember the malware that was toolbars?
Yeah.
It was like, this is something helpful for you. And like, then after that, like every single program you downloaded had a toolbar. And people at that time period didn't understand you can click no on the toolbar. So for me, I was like slowly adding more toolbars to the browser.
Oh, fortunately, I wasn't very computer literate when I was very young. Hey, look, I wasn't aware at the time that our I actually didn't know what year 2000 2001 maybe home desktop computer that my grandparents had, but yet I never see them use. How am I supposed to know that didn't have enough RAM to run the PC version of the Bionicle game?
See, that's why you needed to download more RAM.
I
Remember that website,
uh,
downloadram.com, I think it was called?
oh yeah. I still think about that. I'm like, eventually I did play that Bionicle game, but like on GameCube. But I had the PC version for the longest time, and very illiterate brain could not understand why. Because I would go through the process of actually installing the program, but the
Hmm.
computer just couldn't run it. It just could not run it. And no one around me nor me had the knowledge or skills to even have the first ink of how to get the. I was pretty much screwed. By the only PC games I really had during that time were my Arthur reading adventure CDs thing, My Jumpstart CDs. I remember Jumpstart. Anyone remember Jumpstart? And
Barely.
and lastly, the best game of all, the PS1 Spider-Man game, but the superior version on the. I get the better graphics and I get the cutscenes. Screw it,
Man, you're rich. I only had Flash games.
PS1. Oh, man. Ooh,
And
get
then
us.
whatever my brother had, which was one time, that one time where his friend said he should play WoW, and he did, and then I was able to make my own character. But then from there, since he didn't like it, I wasn't able to play WoW anymore.
Oh, Ghetto says, I remember my mom was the most tech savvy of the family and about software. That changed my middle school. I do, he goes, Ozzy says, I do. I had Jumpstart kindergarten and first. Boy, so you had the knowledge. Boy, you were a smart young man. Like me. I am a very smart SMR.
No, you just unlocked a whole new memory for me, and it made me, and it's now making me angry. It was the whole thing in WoW where I made a friend, or at least someone to play with in WoW, because I mean you can't play WoW on a single. You can't play WoW with your brother on a single computer. It just doesn't work like that. So for some weird reason, my parents always said something about like, "Oh, don't talk to strangers online." I'm like, okay, but like the problem is that I'm playing an MMO and I have to talk to strangers online. And then my brother saw me playing with this guy. He's like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "I don't know, some guy I met on
I don't
online."
know.
Like it was literally me playing in a party with the guy. That's it. And they thought it was so weird. I'm like, he's like, "Did you tell him your age?" Like, "No, why?" He's like, "Tell him your age."
It's a
And then
secret. Is it safe?
then I told the guy my age, and then he proceeds to leave the party, and that's it.
Good.
The thing is, he wasn't doing anything. Like he was literally just saying, "Hey,
I
let's do the next dungeon."
I know, but you just made it awkward.
How did I make it awkward? I literally just, oh yeah, the in the chat, yeah, because my brother forced me to.
Can't cook and doesn't know how to communicate online. What can he do?
Which is why I had to explain to my parents after, like, once when I got to the Xbox 360 era of online gameplay, that I'm fine. I understand what to do.
I will not tell my social security number. I will not say the numbers 555
Exactly. That would have been more of a plot twist. You just put in one at the last part.
Oh, oh! Speaking of numbers and plot twist, Futurama's coming back again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they retconned the whole thing. Well, even then, it was supposedly ambiguous. The ending.
I don't even remember. I don't think I even saw the actual last episode of Futurama. At a certain point, I was like, I'm gonna stop.
Uh,
The only real ending for me is the I think it's the one where Fry and Leela actually do, or at least I think. Or didn't that the universe reset itself in that moment?
yeah,
Have
yeah,
you-
that was the ending where they grew old together, and then
Oh wait, that was actually the ending of the show.
yeah,
God, it's been so long. All right, never
like
mind.
time froze around them.
Get out what I said.
Yeah, time froze around them, and they had to. They were just living their lives together in a frozen time. Eventually, the professor managed to fix it somehow, and he's like, "Okay, we can all go back, but none of us will have any recollection of what happened these past years." So it was a reset in time.
And they go into a new Comedy Central.
Hmm.
You know, so that last revival wasn't great. Yeah, what you gonna do? Also, Ghetto says it's crazy how it shifted from don't talk to strangers to post every first
I
thing.
know, right?
First, last, date of birth, boy or girl or both. If you're and lastly,
Boy, girl, both.
and lastly,
Pronoun.
tell us where you live, where you work, what you do, and a full picture of yourself. But I think at this point, you know what it is. I think because the internet back then, the internet wasn't as, I guess, widely as compared to now. So there was some sort of mystique about it. During some people could say the golden age of the internet, where you can literally get away with anything.
Man, I miss the old memes.
But
Remember
now
in the end cat? That was good.
I remember, like, see, I remember being able to. I remember how I got into music. Like going to a bunch of pirated websites and just downloading a bunch of MP3s.
Ah, yes, LimeWire.
And no, well, actually, no, it was actually through
Napster.
websites. It wasn't through LimeWire or whatever it was. And praying to God and download a virus.
You actually understood the concepts of virus? Wow.
Well, because
Rich and educated.
well, actually, I learned it the hard way.
Oh.
And in one of my mom's old laptop, which admittedly it was just a crappy laptop they got from Walmart back, but I somehow managed to a Trojan virus somehow.
Ooh, them Trojans. Remember that was like the deadliest thing back then?
Now the deadliest thing is just what the end user does.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because now we can pretty much spawn most scams or viruses, and if people who do serve the high seas, they still well enough to. Or you just have like programs installed into your browser that just automatically blocks anything like that. Like for example, because I have DuckDuckGo,
Mm-hmm.
while it's not intentionally does it's not one of the things they do is they make sure that any website you go to, they make sure they block any type of um I guess it would be any type of any type of things that tries to share your data to others. So kind of like how Amazon pretty much kind of stalks you all the time. And if you go to a random website, it actually shows like things like, "Hey, I was just looking at at Amazon's website. Now it's advertising itself as like an ad on this web page."
Yeah.
That type of stuff. That like go pretty much doesn't allow that from mostly the big tech companies, Amazon, Facebook, that. So that actually gets some privacy. And as a bonus, whatever uh, programs they use to initiate that, it also blocks a lot of malware turn on the web.
Mm.
Yeah. Like Sigel says, some people would even date you if you don't have a Facebook or Instagram. Oh man, how would I ever? How would I ever survive not dating?
Speaking of which, how's your love life going with the dating profiles? Did you make it a dating profile yet?
I've been so busy with work, dude. I have not time to do anything.
Yeah. I wanted to see your experience of swiping. Which ones are your red flags when it comes to swiping? Mine are if they have a profile, like if they actually have a handle for some profile, instantly reject, like, or whatever is the one swipe left, I think it's called, right?
I don't know, but it'll happen eventually. It's just that for a part time job, man, they're sure making me work like a for for what should be a part time job. Should I reiterate?
Yeah.
Yellow says, um, I wish for anyone I'm dating my Twitter until at least 3 months into knowing me. Knowing you, oh yeah, freaking, they gotta pass the ghetto test before you can go. All right, look, here's
Ghetto.
what I look at a daily basis. Oh, and it's a whole bunch of very well drawn pornography. Ghetto likes to go to the pornography. store.
The classy one.
Yeah, yeah, the classy ones with the oil brushes.
And the office ladies. Don't forget the office lady.
Exactly, classy oil paintings of office. How he That's how he rolls, and they may or may not.
Ooh, read the next part.
It says I'm in the beginning stage of date a wrestler.
Hey, there you can do the oiling part.
He's not a Turkish wrestler, but we'll see. Well, let us
No,
know.
you just made me think of Hakan. No.
Ghetto does swing that way.
Oh my god.
Now. I don't think he finds Hakan appealing. However, however, Will.
There's already enough lube.
Time to oil up, he says together.
Oh god.
Ghetto says, "Nah, pro wrestling, of course." I mean, I'm very
Ooh,
surprised it was like a legitimate wrestling, like sport wrestling, pro wrestling. Awesome.
that's still cool.
Yeah, as she is. Hopefully, she gets
Because
big.
the best thing about that is now you can be properly taught how to do these things without getting hurt. Remember those times? Have you ever had times as a kid where you try to recreate the scenes of a wrestling thing you saw in WrestleMania or WWE or Raw?
Only on a trampoline.
Exactly.
And,
My point still stands.
or she probably showing some legit. Not all wrestlers, but a good number of wrestlers would have some form of martial arts background. Again, not all of them. So who knows? Maybe she might teach Ghetto a few pinch moves.
I can't wait to see Ghetto do flips like the Mexican wrestlers. Hopefully, it's like,
Too tall.
oh.
He's
Well,
not.
there's a way. There has to be a taller person than him.
Actually, you know what? No, it's actually no. It's very possible because I know there is one wrestler I saw in the show Lucha who I can only describe as he's like a big big guy, big black guy. Now, when I say big, I don't mean like he's like roided up. He actually has a lot of fat on him. But
Okay,
the way I can describe him, he's like a real life Rufus and Bob.
I
This
see.
guy has some blubber, but
Yeah.
he is extremely agile. Like freaking doing
Oh
flips
no,
and jumping off the ropes like it was nothing.
not the agile Bob.
Yeah, so yeah, he's like a real life Bob.
Oh my god, that's dangerous.
And like he's like doing actual like luchador stuff. I'm looking at this body build, and he's a big guy, and I'm like, how are you? My brain can't connect how he's doing all of this with all carrying all that weight on him, and he's tall too. Again, hey man, if you want to be a Bob, you can. I don't know what regiment you gotta do, but you can do it. Bob is and Rufus is certainly a goal if you want to attain.
It's manageable. I have hope.
It's what probably is. It's probably just the sumo diet, but bunch of manchko, panchko, ramen every day, all day. Carb up and literally work out and wrestle 24/7, all day, every day. And Gail says she's trying to get signed with the WWE. Awesome. Hope she does well, and if that doesn't help, well, there's always AEW, and
I would
hopefully
like to see the what was it? What is it called again? It's not nickname. Wrestler name. I want to know the wrestling name. Whenever, hopefully, when she gets signed,
well,
that's what I want to hear.
well, actually, or no, or imagine if it's this. Imagine it's like the same thing with idols. She can't reveal that she's in a relationship.
Oh.
Imagine it's like that, like in the idol industry. Oh no,
No, don't
ghetto.
say that.
Oh
Don't
no,
say that. Don't jinx it for him.
ghetto. Yeah, you're gonna live out one of your animes, man.
No, let him be happy.
I doubt it's like that. There's a lot of wrestlers couples.
That is
Uh,
true.
I doubt some made them like. Still though, it's the the thought though. It's like you're gonna imagine actually living out an anime situation. It's not one of the good ones either.
Ghetto
That's
says,
oh
one
that's
of my friends with a muscle girl fetish is mad at me since I'm closer to living his dream.
it's all right. It was never meant. It's
How about this?
a lot in life.
You can you can tell your friend this. If Japan ever opens up again, and if he ever wants to go to Japan, there is a muscle girl bar there. I actually recently found that out. Where all the waitresses, they are muscle girls. Like they actually have muscle on them.
Well,
And,
what's up?
and
Time to go to
the
Japan.
best thing is there's a little butterfly. Not actually no, it's not butterfly. It's not a butterfly machine. It's a bench press machine. Yeah, it's a bench press machine. And or upright bench press machine. And the more bench presses you can do, if you hit a certain mark, you can get a discount on your drinks and food.
That's pretty. That's actually pretty. Not as good as the other say. I told him to talk to office ladies to get revenge. Nah, man. Look, he's gotta find his own muscle grow of his dream. Then, you, sir, will have to do the job of turning this muscly refined woman.
No, that'll be her persona in WWE.
She's
That'll be her character.
she'd be like
That'll be
no, she's like her thing. Like she's like a like another wrestler secretary, but she actually does get inside the ring and all of that. I mean, you know what?
best of both worlds.
You know what? That's actually
I would like
I
to see that.
I don't know if it could be done in this era of wrestling, but back then I could definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely. Well, it's still look ghetto. Go look at that. I hope that in all seriousness, hope that goes.
Yes.
And let's see. I say got about 20 minutes. Uh, so very briefly, because I know it's been a few. Your brain's probably still thinking of Elden Ring, but you did go back to play the Great Ace Attorney. So where have you stopped? In your last time you.
I finally finished episode 2, which was that whole investigation.
All right. So what are your thoughts on the whole investigation aspect of the game?
It was it was fun in its own way. Like while getting the clues, you were also trying to piece together everything. But at the same time, I don't know if it's just this one, but it seemed pretty obvious after a bit of thought,
You're, te-
except for the twist with the one with the girl. But yeah,
you're telling me the speckled band didn't throw you off?
it kind of did, to be honest. But at the same time, I mean, to me, that was more like it was a red herring because I was like, okay, what is a snake gonna do? It's not gonna go over there and bite him. If it did, it would have shown up.
That's actually that's now. What do you think now? After since you got to really get to experience them, what do you think of this game's Herlock Sholmes? I think of him now that you kind of get the idea. Because initially
I
you didn't.
mean,
At least when you told me you didn't. You didn't really start to like him. Has that changed, or you still kind of feel the same way
I didn't like the assumption that he says that I was guilty.
about it?
But if I was his Watson to fix his mistakes, I'll be fine.
Which you were. If you're
Pretty much,
during the whole deduction
pretty
stuff.
much. Yeah, pretty much. I was his Watson.
And
I was pretty much fixing his mistakes where I'm like, okay, you might be very goofy, but I could tolerate it. I like it.
what? And
I
now what?
like it.
Now what about what? Mata?
Susato is a bitch.
Oh God. Okay.
She's still a bitch. I don't like her. I don't care if she apologized to me. She flipped me 6 times and didn't let me flip her.
Well, I mean,
I don't care if I broke her neck.
uh,
I wanted to flip her.
uh, I warmed up to her. So.
I liked Pavlova better than Susato. And that's saying something. She killed my best friend.
On accident, if I recall.
Yes.
It was an accident, yeah.
At the same time, with the intention of somewhat murder, because
I guess he thought it was gonna. He thought he was gonna like contact the authorities. I remember.
yeah,
Still,
there's
it was still an accidental. But she will pay for it. Right.
no in America.
They're not even going to America. They went to.
Oh yeah, it was the UK.
Yeah.
But
No, not the UK. Go jolly old good England, hey mate. Wait, that's no. Dang it, messed up. Point
tomato, tomato.
Oh, I should tell that to my Australian friends.
Remember. The Irish don't consider themselves part of the UK, so I'd say UK.
I mean, officially they are. They just don't see
Officially
themselves
they
that
are.
way. Same thing with the Scots and the Welsh.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
United Kingdom, my ass. It's just kingdom.
It's just kingdom. Well, no, if it's just kingdom, then that means the English really did take over. Like they took away, killed all the Irish, Scottish, and Welsh history. It's
No,
only
it's more
English.
like them saying that they're friends with everyone, but no one really likes them.
So the leader of a gaggle of gals.
Yes.
Gaggle. I like that. Mostly because of the alliteration.
You know, it should. You know what they should call a group of girls?
A flock of women or a gaggle of women?
No, a gossip of women.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It rolls off the tongue. A gossip of women.
Oh, slap these gossip women away. Manners.
Oh, speaking of women, there was this one brief conversation I had with a girl I was like talking to on Hinge, and it bothered me so much. This one thing, which was we were having fun making puns to each other, but then she said, something about like she was making a pun with ravens. I'm like, okay, that kind of seems hard. And then she said something about murder. I'm like, and then it says, fun fact, a flock of ravens are called a murder. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not what they are. That's crows. But I didn't say anything.
Oh,
But it kept.
actually, they're technically the same species, just different regions call them something.
No.
I think so.
If I remember, a flock of ravens were like, let me see. I think it was called like a despair.
Cornucopia. What do you call a group of ravens?
Let's see. A group of ravens.
From birdwatchingusa.org.
Mm-hmm. An unkindness.
Serious?
Yes.
An unkindness of ravens. What's a group of ravens? Let's see what I got here. Yep, unkindness. Well then.
Yeah. I wanted so bad to
there's
correct her.
There's also other names too. There's a treachery of ravens, a conspiracy of ravens,
conspiracy
I tell you.
I knew it. There are robots.
This one's more generic, a flock of ravens, and this one you actually make a pun out of it, a rave of ravens. Just imagine that. What's your raven?
What's a raven's favorite pastime? A rave. Yay.
Hey. Still though, us like a conspiracy of ravens. I love that. I love that.
But man, I was so, that was like something that irked me so much that I after a while I didn't talk to her.
Wow, really? Come on.
Well, there was other things. She was atheist, which I couldn't take. I can't go through that route again. Uh,
Fair enough.
hack. I'm grabbing you by your shirt very like angrily. I can't go through that again.
What if I told you I'm not wearing a shirt?
I grabbed the chest hairs from you.
All right,
I don't know.
I'm not Persian over here. God damn it. Just say you grab me by the shoulders. All you really have to say. But I get the point. I get the idea.
No, that's how tilted I am.
That's how
I
it's
can't. I can't go
scarred.
through that.
I cannot go through this again. Cannot make me. Cannot
I did
force
it
me.
once. I can't go through that again.
Never again. Ghetto. Ghetto. Bitch. I'm not gonna say the joke. Not because I can't say it. I can't make it funny. Never mind. Drop the joke. I can't make it funny.
Oh,
I can't always be gold.
yeah.
But you know what is? This one's
Sometimes you
actually
start
pretty clever. When Ghetto says when he called a group of women, he said a flock of birds, and that actually works. Because what is an English slang for a woman?
Well, for an old woman,
No,
old bird.
no. It's just it could be woman in general. Bird.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've seen it used both ways. I guess it's just it's a very old type of slang. You don't really see it used modern times. So like older people would not really young.
What would you call a group of men?
I believe that's called a grape gang.
Grape gang? What?
The G is silent.
No,
The G is silent. Any-
no, no.
a group of men. I don't know. Company. A company of men. There you go.
Company of men. That does sound good too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. A gossip of women in a company of men.
A
Clearly,
bad
there's no
company.
bias here.
A
Clearly.
bad company.
Ah.
Ah.
My favorite
Have you ever played
song,
that game?
"Bad Company," from the band Bad Company off their album Bad Company. Oh, it's like the yes joke, but it doesn't go as deep.
That's what
You know what you sound like right now?
Sound like me
Oh,
when I was in high school.
you sound like a gossip of women. Got him.
You see on the top of your peripheral view. Jack will remember that.
Oh no, we're in a telltale game. That means we're out of business. Oh wait, or we're kind of coming back, but not really.
Nope, we're still out of business.
No, it's out of business. Hey, we got Batman though. Who hasn't got Batman? That's the real. Hey, oh, actually, because we're actually gonna start wrapping things up. Are you
Okay.
interested at all seeing the new Batman movie?
I don't know. Tank Batman doesn't really appeal to me.
Tank Bat?
Hey, if I could see a Batman freaking tank a bunch of machine guns like nothing, I'm gonna call him Tank Batman.
So Arkham Knight Batman?
No, with Arkham Knight, he will die.
He will.
But with this Batman, he literally is walking slowly.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember what scene you're talking about. Yeah, that's well. It's funny. I'll accept that because it's a comic book character, and you know what? The more fantastical stuff that happens, I'm not gonna complain about it.
But the thing is, well, aren't you the one that complained that he's not doing much detective work anymore, and it's more like,
Well, in recent media, apparently that might change this iteration, but that has nothing to do that has nothing to do with. Actually, no. Let me reframe it. That's still a similar guard in the comic bookness of Batman, and that yeah,
hmm
as and in that for Batman, yeah, you can still have the kind of the out there ideas that comes within the Batman comic. That's been a thing since the '60s of him, type of villain situations he's gone through. The
Hmm.
whole armor thing, it is one could argue it's a bit much, but heck, it doesn't have to be that grounded. Now the detective stuff, that's a key part of his character, and not to do that, you're very missing out what makes Batman Batman. So
Hmm.
it's not a real so it's still an argument of wanting a more definitive comic book Batman, but unlike the whole bullets thing, where that's just more of a matter of how fantastical you want to take the story. The whole detective
Hmm.
thing is like actually important character aspect of Batman. Because without the detective stuff, he might as well just be a nerfed up Punisher.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of recent media wants to portray him as. Instead of like actual hero, like nah, it's making to a vigilante. He's always on the urge of going crazy, which it's insane to me how only a few Batman comics ever dabble in that, but the vast majority of them, he's like as sane as you and me. But because of those
Yeah.
exceptions, oh, that somehow makes the rule.
Yeah. I guess so.
Gale says, "Oh yeah, the after the credits scene for the new Batman leaked with redacted making an appearance to bait for this. Huh? I wonder who redacted could be. Wonder if it's some sort of clown. It's a, hope it's not a clown. I'll say
Yeah.
that. I hope it's not a clown. I want to see other villains. I want to see like Clayface. Love to see Clayface in a movie, or even or another shot at Mister Freeze and Bane. They were wasted on Batman Run.
Yeah. I bet his what was his name? What was his name? I bet it's Bizarro.
There actually is a Bizarro Batman. I forget.
No, just Bizarro.
Oh, he just hit Bizarro himself.
Just him.
Well, good luck, Batman. Because I think if I remember, I think Green Kryptonite actually makes Bizarro stronger. I think
Yeah.
that's
What do
one
you
of.
give him then? Wait, should we give him pink kryptonite to make him gayer?
Actually, you know what? Actually, oh, I could be wrong, but you know what? I'm gonna look at it right now. I wonder if let's see, because I'm sure Gail is probably gonna give me an answer right now. Let's see, Bizarro and Kryptonite. Bizarro, we
I don't
find
know
out
why that was my first thought.
Find out right now. Post Crisis Bizarro. Yeah, there we go. Bat Zaro. There we go. That's oh. Give me something. Give me something. Give me something here. Give me something. Where are the other drugs going?
Up your butt.
Why?
It shouldn't be that funny. It shouldn't be that funny. Why?
Because I think you know why? Because I committed. I committed to the bit.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my god! That's a good laugh. I need. All right, so apparently I couldn't find it in the wiki. Let me see. Freaking, there's Bizarro in the Arrowverse. Ooh.
Is there? I didn't even. Oh, it's probably later on. I wouldn't know.
Oh, probably like within like the Superman and the Clark and Lois shit, probably.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I forgot that was in the Arrowverse, even though they were like initially in different channels.
Yeah, but wait, let's see. I'm trying to find here. I get one from the show Smallville, but no, that's not what I want. Bizarro. It
You know,
hasn't.
it's funny that it's funny that like with the when it since it was like when was it initially the Supergirl one? Like what channel was it?
I think it.
ABC?
No, it was on. I want to either Fox. No, it wasn't on Fox. I think it was. I think it was no, not USA. That's a defunct channel from years ago. Oh, it's some other three letter word channel.
CBS.
CBS, that's it. Yeah, Supergirl's
Well,
on CBS.
no. The funny thing was when season one they like ripped on CW because they were saying like what it was something like I think it was like some of the characters were talking to each other and then they were like what are we, a CW like cast, and of course it was like
Oh, the
some silence
irony.
for people to laugh, and then of course it went to CW, which is
Oh boy.
funny because whenever you look on Netflix for the Supergirl stuff, it's all continuing, and you think that it's all made by CW, so you're thinking to yourself, why did CW rip on themselves on season one?
Because it wasn't on the CW. But it didn't do so on CBS. That it got I don't know, it was changed to CW. And also, I found our answer. So,
Hmm.
according to this wiki, Bizarro's only
Hmm.
weakness is blue kryptonite, which was created by the same machine used to duplicate the green kryptonite. So it is the blue kryptonite that he is.
And green kryptonite makes them stronger still.
I think it just has no effect on him. It do,
Oh,
it does nothing. So for him, it's just a because I'm not
I
seeing.
got a rock.
So now this is for pre-crisis Bizarro, meaning that this is like Bizarro from like the 1960s.
Ah,
Now I don't know about modern Bizarro. He could still have that same weakness. Let's see.
man, old comics were wild.
Oh, they were. Like
When I learned about the different types of kryptonite, I was mostly surprised with the pink kryptonite. I'm like, wow, they actually made that joke.
and oh, and now and not only that, the most recent use of it was actually in one of like an animated short from DC.
Hmm.
Although they couldn't do obviously because it's meant for children, they couldn't do gay jokes. So what they did, the print
Hmm.
kryptonite made Superman a woman.
But wasn't the pink kryptonite's problem for Superman in the comics was that he was so gay that he just refused to fight because it would do something bad to him, like maybe mess up his hair or nails.
Um, let's see here. I don't know because it just because all it is just it just turns a Kryptonians homosexual. And let's see. Oh wow, it appeared in a Supergirl comic of
You know what this means? You can turn anyone gay.
well, only Kryptonians.
Yeah, well, the Kryptonians, but imagine if Kryptonians had like the LGBT.
I mean, well,
That'd
actually, I oh
be
actually we're we're kind of already there already. In right now in the comics, Superman's biological son, so not the clone, but his actual real son, John Kent, Superboy.
Mhm.
It has been revealed that he is now bi, although I don't. It's not pink kryptonite. Just it was born. It was born that way.
No, he still had traces of pink kryptonite.
I'm hoping.
Oh,
I have an
that'd be
idea.
funny.
Actually, I have an idea because his boyfriend
Uh huh.
he has pink hair, and so in my mind I'm like, what if the boyfriend's hair is made of pink kryptonite, and that's why Superboy
Yes.
is turning.
Yes.
Well, he says bisexual, but really in comics that just means gay.
Yes. That means that the hair dye
Well, no, no, no.
in
You gotta
pink
think.
colors
No, you gotta think comic.
has.
It's not
Huh?
hair. It's not. You gotta think comic. It's not hair dye. No, it will be like his backstory where, because apparently his boyfriend is immune to any type of pain. So one of his side effects of his power is that his hair is naturally pink for some odd reason, and it has the same chemical elements that make up pink kryptonite, hence giving him the pink colors. Therefore, that's what causes Superboy to be gay.
Damn. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Forced gay.
Exactly. I, to me, so that's my head canon. That's my head canon. My Superboy's gay.
Forced to be gay. He just can't help himself.
Although it's even more kind of weird because in the past 2 years or so he's been literally aged up, and it's not like the comics jumped a few years like an anime or manga where they jump ahead to a to a different a few years ahead. No, no, no. So in one story, when a new writer came in that Ghetto and I
Mm-hmm.
definitely vehemently hate,
Mm-hmm.
he he wrote in a story in which Superboy went with Jor-El, Superman's Kryptonian dad. He's alive, don't ask. And he went with
Mm-hmm.
him and Lois Lane, and they want to do something about Superboy having connecting with his Kryptonian roots. Some bullshit. When the character came back, keep in mind when he last left, he was like literally like a 10, maybe 11-year-old kid, and when he came back, he was like a 21-year-old man already.
Hmm.
So whatever happened during that time in space literally aged up John by like 10 years. So in my mind, I'm like, now his mental age is also grown. So it's not like, oh, he's a 10-year-old stuck in a 20-year-old's body. But it's still weird to think that they're already trying to give him a romance story, considering he's not even been a full adult for like 5 years. He's only been a full adult like 2 years, and who knows how long that even is within the comics. That could be 6 to 12 months.
Huh.
So it's just one of those things where where if you want to enjoy the story, not that you could, just don't think about the fact that he was literally forced to age up because of the last writer's just inane stupid. But on something that you understand, it also says, if I remember right, legally speaking, they couldn't mention anything about Supergirl on the Flash show until it got brought to CW.
Damn.
Here's what Ghetto explains what happened. So what happened was he got trapped on Earth 3 for years, being tortured in a volcano by Ultraman. That's stupid. How does?
What?
Okay, so which part do you want me to explain? Don't just say all of it.
Uh, the Ultraman.
Okay, so Ultraman, it's another parallel universe version of Superman. Except um, he's like he is an evil Superman, but Ultraman. That's just his name, and he's from the Earth 3 universe, where pretty much the roles are reversed. The normal villains that we know are the heroes. Normal heroes we know are actually the
Mm-hmm.
and the biggest villain of them all is Ultraman from Earth 3. And supposedly, gotta explain here, he was torturing Superman's son for years.
I see.
That's how does that age him up though? And like, wouldn't John have so
It's the
much trauma?
stress.
Wouldn't John have so much trauma from that torture? 'Cause I'm assuming they tortured him since he was a kid.
Nah, it's just a stress. It's
That's good.
stress. Don't you know Kryptonians? They age when they stress.
Or some says they de-age. Like if you look at Superman in the Justice League cartoon and compare it to Justice League Unlimited, I kid you not, he looks like he de-aged because they got rid of the lines underneath it, which is like, for the better because as much as I love the Justice League cartoon, I hate that design for Superman because they make him look older than he really is supposed.
You know, it's really hard to find pictures of Ultraman. I found them, but it's really hard to find pictures of Ultraman without looking at Ultraman.
I know, because they're Japan Ultraman. Just write. All you can do is just write Ultraman DC.
I just put in Ultraman Earth 3. It figured itself out.
Even Google's confused by DC nonsense.
They it just shows that Ultraman is more popular than Ultraman.
It's true. So popular. I got the first series on Blue. So popular.
It's so popular, we know which first Ultraman I'm talking about whenever I said Ultraman is better than Ultraman.
So really only one. Let's be only one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. It says apparently while years pass for John, only weeks pass on Earth. Even though that makes literally sense. Yeah, it's crap. Oh, that's right. The Earth 3 is not the Justice League. Crime Society. That's what they call it, the Crime Society.
Ha. Nerd.
Uh, I just spent 30 hours playing Elden.
Oh no, them like the society
Oh,
who
okay. I
call
thought you.
themselves who calls themselves the crime society. Nerds,
To be
all of them.
well, to be, you know what? I would give you. You know how Magneto is supposed to be like, uh, getting people into his cause and join him because he right from
Yeah.
his original name for his team was literally called the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Geek.
He was not being subtle. He was saying, "No, I am evil. I, I am not." I was like, "I am not Malcolm X over here. I am literally trying to rule the world."
Oh, no, you just reminded me of a fun fact. I think you already know about it, but did you know that the X-Men toys are not considered dolls legally? They're not even considered human dolls.
What are they considered? Oh, are they called mutant dolls?
Well, like, okay, so apparently when it comes to toys, human toys, like human-like toys, they actually have a higher tax compared to regular toys.
Right?
And you know how it is when it comes to any company, they don't want to pay extra taxes. So they were fighting in court that the X-Men toys, these these people weren't human, they're
We're
mutants.
mutants. Oh my god. When they tried this.
the
Oh my god.
the irony of this whole thing. But yeah, that they're fantastical beings. They didn't say people, fantastical beings with extraordinary powers that make them far different from humans.
Oh my.
The more you know.
Oh, did they win though?
They did win,
Oh wow. You
which
know,
is funny. That means that the X-Men by toy standards, are not human.
what do you know? Freaking Marvel was probably went. Like, yeah, I have to pay these high taxes like a true American. Like
Ex-
like
yeah,
Benedict Arnold. More specifically, Earth 3 Benedict Arnold. Supposedly a founding father of America.
damn. Everything's topsy turvy. Now you're gonna say that Abraham Lincoln killed John Wilkes Booth.
Probably on Earth 3. You know what part about Earth 3 is that you would think it's it's that concept of that plan of that universe and how it operates is like it's
Hmm.
been around since like the 50s.
Oh yeah.
It's it's just I think it's more modern writers has gotten more fun with it, but back then, nah, that was a real threat when the Bryant Society came in on your favorite this month's is your Just League of America. Dude, that 1960 in his pain. Like, oh no, Ultraman really is gonna kill. It says actually, if I remember right, when Earth 3 was reintroduced post Crisis, they established that evil was so ingrained to the universe that evil always prevailed. Grant Morrison nonsense. But he's talking about is right, where like Earth 3 is so that universe is so evil that you know what's the makeup of that universe is made out of antimatter than regular matter.
One thing I don't understand is how does society work with evil? Like everyone's trying to take advantage of everyone.
Yeah, pretty
Who-
much.
But like, who gets shit done?
The people who do. But that's kind of like also kind of it doesn't go deep into that, but it does like show that the Cry Society they are a bunch of just backstabbers and their own agendas, even posted Haiti.
Like
And
who? How the hell did all these cities and civilizations were made when everyone's too busy trying to backstab each other to even finish up making coffee?
uh
No, you make the education for evil. You make the library of evil. No, you make the bank of evil.
the
Oh, that's
bank isn't that just called
yeah,
the bank? Yeah.
yeah. No, you make the. Actually, we're gonna keep the IRS.
These evil United States of, of America. Oh man. Here it is.
Oh,
Kel says the latest Earth 3 book explained it actually. Oh, here we go.
is it gonna be
Here.
simply called slavery? I mean, I'll be disappointed if it's just that.
Oh no, it's gonna be. It has to be more. We'll see, because then we'll
Does this
actually.
mean that the black people enslaved the white people?
I mean, I'm not gonna say. So okay, so here it goes. Yell says they came together to kill Starro, who was injured and trying to find a safe place to live in.
Uh-huh.
Type it up. Gonna get Starro. Got to Starro. And the Justice League villain, not a
This
he
means
should
that the
have been the
Confederacy
Justice League.
won against the Union.
Probably.
this is getting freaky in my mind.
Oh, oh man, but you know what it would be? Then it would just be like it would be like there's the United States and imagine that future is not as dramatic. Yeah, you just kind of everybody's kind of separated, but people kind of move back and forth.
Yeah, you got your evil passport,
Evil,
evil green card, all
my evil electric car,
that stuff.
evil
no,
Elon
no,
Musk.
what you know? What makes it evil? It's gas powered.
No, full power.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. Ghetto says more. He says he meant no real harm, and they knew this partway through killing him. They figured Earth was their territory, and nobody else should command. Nobody else should.
Mhm.
So together, kids kill Starro was in. He meant no real harm, and they territory. Like we're, we're gonna follow the stripping
You
them.
know, Starro always like gets into the weirdest places.
I mean, it's an alien starfish.
What more does he want? More like it.
Over the world. Like that's literally his thing. He's like, nah, I have the power. Everything. It,
I have the power of stars on my side.
like as funny as the idea of it is, he actually is a real threat. Whenever it appears like in a storyline, know that's when things. At least it's fun. Not like the villain is the Batman from the dark dimension. How is he evil? Because he wears the latex chain guard and he
You know this.
smiles.
You know how the hell does this Starro not even like make a place that's good? Because if everything's opposite, then Starro is a good guy.
I mean,
How did he not win?
he could just be ambivalent.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he didn't really want to harm them, and who knows, they probably just like overpowered him. It's like yeah, a hornet could kill one ant, or a whole colony of ants.
True. Yeah, you're
Uh,
just gonna see a billion ants skewered on one hornet needle.
oh god, I've seen those videos.
Yes, he's just an innocent being that fell on Earth.
Oh, I guess that's all. Is that all ghetto, or is there more to it? Feels like we're still got some more. Was it really just because Sorrow came? Oh, okay. I think I see what story is trying. So Earth 3 only came together because Starro came into the Earth, Earth, kind of, and that pretty much kind of was a way to unite people. That's how a civilization. What I'm getting.
quickly starts going from the Stone Age to the modern age. You see cavemen quickly building computers.
It's comics, man. I think
Cavemen go, computer made by evil Bill Gates.
Baku could not perform diagnostic. We
Evil Bill Gates made Apple, and Steve Jobs made Windows.
I like how you don't even say evil Steve Jobs, just Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, guess that's and also so Owlman could think of a way to kill them in case other members crossed it. Of course, Al. All right, I think it's about time to start ending things off. Uh, Jack, do you have any future plans there for the channel, or did you just exhaust yourself these past few days?
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck at Alman. I'm just thinking to myself, his backstory. Instead of a robber, it's some guy giving money to his parents, and that made an impression that he always will make evil in the world.
No, no, no. You know what? No, you know what it is. He's the
What
one that
is?
shot his parents. That's probably his backstory. I'm sure it exists, and I bet that's what it is.
I mean, it would make sense. Kill your parents for insurance money.
That makes there you go.
But anyways, uh, uh, plans for the rest of the week. Every now and then I'm gonna be doing more surprise streams with Elden Ring. I'll be playing Elden Ring by myself, so there'll be moments where I'm just gonna be from like whatever the level you last seen me on stream to something else. Please expect that. I mean, it's a very long game. I mean, most Dark Souls games are long just because of the amount of bosses you have to kill. So please give me that leniency while playing the game. I won't. The only rule is I won't be doing the great rune fights by myself. I'll do those on stream. So the big story driven fights, those are going to be on stream. But other than that, I mean, that's gonna be my. But yeah, oh, that's actually the introduction of my, I guess, my quick sections of Jack Attack, which is just surprise streams that if I do manage to wake up early, those will be expected every now and then.
So prepare, folks, to get Jack Attack.
Jack Attack,
There you go. That's like a Pokemon.
Jack Attack, Jack Attack. Oh, it's a Jack Attack.
Uh, Pokedex. What is that? That's a jacket. That's a Jack Attack. It sleeps for 12 hours. It sleeps long hours of the day, but when it wakes up, oh boy, you don't want to mess with it. Like pretty much just another version of a Snorlax.
Jack Attack, the Insomniac person. The Insomniac. Remember, they had to add in a description of what the Pokemon is.
Jack Attack always has baggy eyes all the time. All right. So as for oh
Oh, him and his Alfred's killed his parents.
Alfred, he missed this. I thought it was Alfred's too. I thought that was his Earth 3 name, but no, it's just
Alfrex.
Alfrex. Alfrex, King of the Elves. Anyways, so right now, actually, so this is actually relevant. Right now, there's this. Going in the middle of a transition period. So and I get and I'll say this, and Jack can say this now, but
Mhm.
currently, uh, my last day of my current job is coming up because I found a new job, and
Congratulations, by the way.
it is a full-time job.
Oh.
Means now for the time being, there's I don't know what that schedule of this job and what's gonna be gonna how it's gonna affect the channel. And right now we're kind of in the transition period where I don't know what my free days are coming in, and my current job, even though I am leaving, has literally been making me work like a full day, but giving me so only streams I can only guarantee on my end are the chill, but eh, but throughout whatever energy and time I have left, I'm probably gonna have to start more focusing just doing for live streams. I've already been doing it, but just the main show, chill streams, the occasional Sunday stream, a lot of prepping, and but most of my energy probably gonna be from now on just working on my videos as much. So downside, yeah, less streams of me. The upside, more actual channel, and in terms of that, there's already like several videos that are already in the pipe works that done or complete, like conk review, like scripts is finished. To read through and actually have spend time to actually do the final portion with recording, which hopefully should not take as long. All depends current job work and of course job. Hopefully that means and Jack. Hopefully they'll still give me Wednesdays to do the show, but we'll actually but when that bridge comes, we'll have to see. Maybe you might have to schedule JAC Show again.
That'll be fine for me.
We'll have to wait. So yeah. So unfortunately, no guaranteed news. Still news. Bittersweet. Good for me. Kind of for the channel.
Hey, always gotta put yourself first right now,
Exactly.
especially with these times.
In these trying times. So with that, thank you very much everyone coming in for 110th episode of the JAC Show, covering all such topics as Sexy Samus, Elden Ring, and of course the ever expanding silly lore of the DC universe. And as well in a few real life stuff and realizing that we're all zoomers here, folks. Let's just admit it, we're all zoomers.
We're all Zoom.
Just remember, you don't have to act like one.
Exactly. Please don't eat Tide Pods.
Exactly. And don't get on Instagram.
Oh God. Yeah.
So with that, thank you very much for watching. Hack and Jack, sign out.
Goodbye, everyone.